Hi, my name is Ashley Calandra, and this is my personal literacy story. To give you some background on my life, I want to show you who my family is. They are my dad, mom, and sister. My mom had a huge impact on me when it came to reading and writing. She would help me every night and every day, and we would sit together and I would have to read her a book before I went to bed. My love for reading started, I feel, when I was at a very young age. I used to get a lot of books for Christmas presents every year from one of my aunts who was actually a high school teacher. She has really also had a huge impact on my life. So this is my Zia Sam. Zia in Italian means aunt, and she was always there for us when it came to reading and writing. She was always the one to get us books and to sit with us if we ever needed any help. She also used to take us to school with her, which was honestly the best time of my life. My sister and I loved being around all of her students, and when I was in school, I always had her in the back of my mind because I wanted to be the best reader and writer to always make her proud. As I was looking for things to add to this assignment, I found this Super Reader Award that was awarded to me in 1998. I think I was in SK then, and I read 39 books. As I got older, I found that I was getting more into writing. I would love to leave my mom these notes before she went to work, and I found them and I was actually surprised that she kept them, and I love that she did. It shows me all the memories of what I wrote, what I like to write about, and really showcase how far my writing has really come. So now that you know some background information on my family and who has impacted me through my literacy journey at a young age, I would now like to share where I am with literacy now and a few experiences that have really opened my eyes and has also made an impact on how I view teaching literacy. I am now 25 years old and I still love reading, but I think reading and literacy have changed since I was younger in both teaching and personally. What I've been seeing today in education is that traditional learning is on its way out. Good riddance. DI, which is differentiated instruction, is a very helpful teaching method when it comes to literacy. Also keeping in mind having developmentally appropriate activities for children in your classrooms. It is important to provide these opportunities for children to learn and showcase their work in different ways, because what might work for one child might not work for another. I want to showcase DI in my future classroom because it creates developmental growth, motivation, and efficiency in children, and that is what I want to promote. I want all my students to feel fully supported and that I am teaching for them and by them. So I wanted to share my personal experience with you guys face to face. So this is the face behind the voice that you've been hearing in the video. So basically, this experience has really impacted the way I look at literacy, and I was really grateful to have had this opportunity. It was during my internship in my second last year of my degree, and it was at a private school in Mississauga, and it was for children with developmental delays, mostly autism, and I was put in a classroom with 4 children. I think it was 6, 7, and 8-year-olds, and one little boy had just started, and he had come from China, and he barely knew any English, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? How am I going to connect with him? How am I going to make this relationship? So the educators and we came together and we thought maybe making some flashcards for him, so we did that. We kind of did our daily routine just so he knew what we were doing. So we had the English word, the Chinese word, and a picture as well. So we did a lot of pointing, a lot of verbally like pointing to chair or like sit, and then like doing the action. So I think that's a huge example of DI, so differentiated instruction, and it really goes based off their model and what they use. They use something called the DIR model, which is the Developmental Individualized Relationship Model, which is technically DI in so many different ways because every child has an individualized plan to go with the curriculum that they're learning. And they also go based off where the child is at developmentally and in their academics. So each child could be working on something different at the same time in one classroom setting. So this opportunity really opened my eyes to seeing how things should be done in mainstream schools. I don't see why that wouldn't work there because every child is different and we can't just go based off one strategy anymore. So overall, I have my mom and aunt to thank for getting me into literacy at such a young age. And I am also so grateful for all of my experiences that have brought me to this point today, to really see that we need to bring more creativity into the classrooms and when we're teaching children about literacy, because we want them to actually want to learn it and want to read. We don't want them to feel like they just have to read because they're in school. So thank you very much for listening, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for me and how I will go about bringing literacy into my classroom.